Yo, what up, everybody? So this video is going to be one of the easier ones we've done in a while. Not too much math. That's only towards the end of it. And, yeah, I kind of just wanted to go over a couple things. I don't know, try to ignore how long the hair and beard's getting. I haven't really been doing anything hair related for a while. And I don't plan on doing so as long as this quarantine's going on. So, anyways, let's get into this video, what we're doing for today. So again, the agenda is really for me just to remind myself what I got to cover. The most important thing is we have a Arizona and Gateway grades announcement. Basically, Arizona has updated their rules and educational laws for grading during this COVID time, and I want to go over that. Some people are requesting that I do a COVID-19 updates. What I have ascertained from reading and doing around, so I'm going to make sure I take care of that. My contact info, I'm going to repost it and talk a little bit about another option you might have in terms of doing some work here. And then finally, the algebra homework review. That was the only math part of this video we're going to be doing. So let's go on. First of all, this grades announcement right here. So this guy, I'm going to turn my face off because I don't think that I am needed for this guy right now. I'm just going to go ahead and transition. Okay, my face is gone now. All right, so the student version here, this is what it says here. As an early college, Gateway Early College High School has high expectations of students. We also understand that school closures have created extraordinary circumstances and difficulties for us. The school closures have also created a lot of rumors and speculation regarding grades in classes. Some high schools are doing this, some high schools are doing that, but we are not some high school. We are Gateway Early College High School. We are geckos. How obnoxious, but this is what we are being said here. The point is, a couple things aren't changing. We are not canceling our core classes. Math, English, science, social studies, and electives necessary to graduate will be required still. We're still issuing letter grades. We are not going to be doing any pass-fail stuff. That will be reserved for college stuff only, up to your college teachers. And Gateway is counting all the work from January all the way until the end. But here's the good news for a lot of people. Your grade can only go up. Right there. If you log onto Canvas when assignments are posted and complete the assignments, like if you turn in literally anything, like you attempt it, you try it, you turn in some, at least I scribbled a couple of things down and I did a few things, you will get the same grade. So you had a 90% in my class and you get every single problem wrong and you only do half the notes, but you did something every single assignment, you will still have a 90% at the end of the semester. That's it. It's that easy. You will be passing your classes. So hopefully that is some good news for you guys. And furthermore, your grade can go up. So as long as you were at least at a 30% before the break, you had a chance right here just to bring your grade back up. And that's the first piece of information, is you guys can relax about getting perfect grades on stuff. Mainly because your grade can only go up from here. If you are somebody who really, really needs their grade to go up a whole lot, you can message me and I might be able to work out some kind of extra credit project. But if you guys have noticed, for my class, and this is for me specifically, this is not for all classes, I'm just going to say it again, I am grading on participation only. I am not going to be grading on correctness at all. I don't want math to be something stressful. So I'm going to reduce that stress completely and say, you know what? If you're trying, I'm literally going to give you 100% on everything. So every single student's grade is going to have a chance to go up. I just need you to participate. I need you to attempt it. That's it. You try your hardest. I will make sure your grade is going up from here. That's all I need you to hear. What does all this mean? It says here, if you had an A in your last progress report, do your work, you will get an A. That's what I just said. If you had a B, do some work, your grade can go up. That will not drop below a B, goes for a C. And if you have an F, you're present on campus, will earn a C. And now it says, notice for Montanaro's dual enrollment, English 102 class only. They do not apply because it's a college class. College classes can do whatever they want. So if the college class, wants to continue doing grades, they can. They can do pass-fail. They can do what they feel like doing. If you have more questions about a grading policy or you'd like to talk to me about it, please email me, let me know. Contact info coming up later in the video anyways. So let's get rid of this guy. Now we're doing that COVID update I was talking about. So I'm showing a website here, 538. Experts think U.S. COVID-19 death toll will hit 50,000 by the end of April, it says. And the reason why I'm posting this is, if you notice, this was April 17th. So this was actually, a week ago. And just yesterday, the United States did actually hit 50,000 deaths. We're at 51,000 now. So this is a fairly accurate website. I just wanted to say, even a week ago, they're accurate. And I want to go over something they posted yesterday about corona cases. Viruses are growing in many states, but passing in others, because we've seen some good news and some bad news. So we have good news here. In places that have done really, really strict social distancing measures and closed a lot of places and were like, hey, don't leave the house kind of stuff, they're doing great. California, actually, they haven't had a whole bunch of new cases at all. They peaked actually way back last month. Unfortunately, Arizona is a state that has not decided to do the strictest social distancing measures. You're still allowed to go out and get your takeout food. I'm guilty of that myself, I gotta admit. You're still allowed to go shopping as many times per week as you want. There are not a whole lot of parks that are being closed, so people are still going out into the parks. And in general, it's not, we haven't had the strictest measures. Yeah, a lot of restaurants are closed. Yeah, the movie theaters are closed. Yeah, a lot of the fun things to do are closed. But unfortunately, we're still going up. However, we do have good news, and that is this guy, University of Arizona, Public Health, they did a model. I showed this last time, and according to them, we are going to hit our peak on the 26th of April. That is in 2 days. You can find a few other websites that say that we're going to be hitting our peak probably tomorrow in terms of the number of deaths and things like it. So we're going to be the worst of it tomorrow, and then we'll finally start going back down a little bit. So that's that. That's all I'm going to say about this coronavirus, other than the fact, kind of like I was talking about before, it seems as a country we've done pretty well flattening the curve, doing what we had to do, and I'm happy that has happened. I will refrain from further speculation about what's going to be happening later, because nobody really knows, and all the experts are in full disagreement. They don't really know what's going to happen. Some are having worst case scenarios of a second wave is going to be worse, and some are having best case scenarios of it's gone and not coming back. But neither of those two statements really have a lot of scientific foundation. So for now, we're just going to say we should keep our social distancing measures and whatnot until the CDC says otherwise. Anyways, contact info I was talking about. This is my email address for those who don't know. It is carson.richards@gatewaycc.edu. You can contact me there and email me. You are also able to set up a Google chat and a Google video chat or voice chat through this email address, and I will respond to you. A lot of students have been liking that better than WebEx, so if you want me to do that, I can. I also have the second statement here. Email by Tuesday if you'd rather do Google Classroom for math. To make a long story short, I had basically everybody turning in their notes and whatnot when we were doing Google Classroom. And now that we're on Canvas, I don't have as many people turning in their work. So I talked with Mr. Boyd, and Mr. Boyd did approve me to switch to Google Classroom for students who want that. So all you got to do is tell me. I'm hoping by Tuesday, so I can just have it ironed out and done if you're going to be on Google Classroom instead of doing Canvas. So that's why this video is posted to both, is you are going to be allowed to do both Google Classroom and Canvas if you'd like, or if you one or the other, I'm sorry. Just you can do Google Classroom instead of Canvas. That's pretty much it. I've actually already recorded the second half of the video, so I'll be cutting back to my face and time traveling in a second here. I hope the rest of your day and your weekend goes wonderful. At the end of the video, there is a little moment where I say, hey, here's proof that you actually watched this thing. You can do that later. See ya. Have a great rest of your day, a great weekend. Bye-bye. Alrighty, guys, so here we go. I am actually recording this one first, even though it's going to show up second in the video, so I'm going backwards in time. So here we go. Anyways, we just need to go over the couple of questions here. These are the 4 problems you guys had for homework. You're just supposed to check your work really quick. You know, at the very end of doing this, we'll have a little bit of a section of proof that you watched the video. So we'll see that. So the first problem here, you have to figure out the degree of the numerator and degree of the top denominator. So the degree of the top is 3, because that's the highest exponent there, and the degree of the bottom is also 3. Because the degrees are the same, we are of our 3 cases, we are in the case where they're the same, the n equals the d. We need to compare the number in front of both and divide the 2. So it's going to be, the n behavior is as x approaches infinity, f of x approaches, it's -9 divided by 6, which reduces to -3/2. My mother's calling, so I guess I get to pause the video here. Yeah, I was actually just a butt dial, so great. I didn't even get to talk to her. It was just a waste of 20 seconds of my life. Anyways, so we have as x approaches infinity, f of x approaches -3/2, and that is going to happen on both sides. So as it goes to -infinity, I forgot the negative in front of that one, f of x is also approaching -3/2. Easy enough. And in some ways, for these rational functions, both sides are always going to be the same. That isn't the case for other functions, as we've seen. However, for these problems, because these are going to be the same, I don't mind going forward if you just make a little plus or minus in front of the n there, because they are going to be the same for all of them. And I just need to fix something for my computer. Okay. Anyways, so number 2 here. On number 2, our degree of the numerator is 2. The degree of the denominator is 3. And because the degree of the numerator is going to be smaller than the denominator, it's automatically 0 every single time. So we can just say as x approaches plus or minus infinity, g of x approaches 0. That is automatic whenever that denominator is bigger than the numerator. Number 3, we have a 2/1, so in this case we have to reduce. Some students, actually, this is the one I had 3 or 4 students actually ask me for help on this one because they needed help reducing the fraction, but you actually don't need to reduce the fraction. Remember, when we're having that little chart of ours, we only care if it is a positive x to an even, positive x to an odd, negative x to an even, negative x to an odd. So we care if it's a positive or negative number, and is it odd or even for the exponent. So if I have x squared over x, that's going to go to just x. So it's an x to an odd power, and it's a positive number because these are both positive. So who cares what the number is? If you wanted to know, it is going to be like 199,998 because you're multiplying by 2, but it just doesn't matter. We have a positive x to an odd power, so that means as x approaches infinity, h of x approaches infinity, and as x approaches negative infinity, h of x approaches negative infinity, because it is that little s guy from before. And on this case, exactly the same idea. We have a 4 divided by 2, which is going to have x to the second power, x to the fourth, x to the second. Sorry, I didn't write the x's that time. So it's going to be x to an even power, and it has a negative this time. So because it has a negative, it's as x approaches, and this time you can do plus or minus infinity, k of x approaches, and because it's a negative even, it's going to be a frowny face. They're both going to negative infinity. And that's a really terrible plus or minus sign, by the way. All right, that's it. So I promised a small little thing. at the very, very end. So all you have to do as proof that you watch this is I don't know what's the something. I don't know. What do I have to say a sentence of? Tell me a sentence of the last TV show that you finished. There you go. That's going to be your proof that you actually watched this video. In the sentence that you write to me, you will say the a sentence. You'll write a sentence of the last TV show you finished. If you want to talk about it, you can too. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you. Enjoy your weekend.